And I do have a genuine care and love for this country, love for every citizen within this country. But the danger side of it is, right, and since my statements on RTE, since the statements I've made online, I've had different political parties reach out to me, of different people give me advice that I should enter into politics. But here's the danger that I want to highlight to people, and what I really saw that it disturbed me a little. It really did, because there were certain parties which essentially they're trying to, they see an opportunity within myself, I think, and they see an opportunity not to do right by the Irish people, but an opportunity for their political party to advance. And many people also told me, look, you should get into politics. You'd have a good career in politics. And what bothered me is people look at it as a career, whereas it's a very serious thing where you're in a position to impact the lives of millions of people across this country by the decisions that you make. And we've seen a prime example of the existing government and some of the decisions that they've made, or some of the decisions they failed to make, the impacts that it's had on the country right now. And the chaos, the confusion, the misinformation, the lack of support, the hopelessness that it's filled the country with across different issues, across different sectors, right? Because people look at it as a career. And this is what I want people to really understand. That position of politics, or people getting into politics, is not just a position that you should take and think of it as a good career. And when people said that to me, that you'd have a good career in politics, that's one thing that has actually steered me away from it, and steered me away from anybody that came to me with that conversation, even the political parties that came to me with those conversations. It deterred me directly away from them, right? Because this isn't, for me personally, the way my father's raised me is you don't do the right thing for the wrong reasons. And getting into politics to make a career for myself would be all of the wrong reasons. And I know many people have said, oh, you'd have a good career and it would open up doors for you, to the certain extent that these are the things that other political parties are going into it for, and other people are going into this political realm for. And there's a lot of people that are creating content tailored specifically to grasp the vote of the people. And one thing I will say, it's very easy to point a problem. And this is where the Irish people need to be attentive, right? We need to be more attentive and understand that it's very easy to point out a problem. And a lot of people are coming online and saying exactly what you want. A lot of people are requesting for your vote, saying exactly what you want to hear. And we've been in those situations before, where other political parties also just said the things that people wanted to hear, so that when they get into power, it's now an opportunity for them and their career to grow, not for the people to benefit, not for them to make genuine change. Again, I'm going to reiterate that point. Anybody can point out the obvious. Anybody can state the problem. And I'm hearing many of it. Ireland is full. Immigration is an issue. We've got an open border policy. And these are all the things that are geared around, right? But I'm not hearing solutions. People aren't coming with solutions. People aren't coming with a genuine care and a genuine passion for the people. Why my message was able to resonate, and I'll be quite frank with people and be honest about this, the only reason my message was able to resonate and reach the hearts of many people across Ireland and touch many people, and it also inspired many people to stand up and speak out, is because I spoke from my heart. And when you speak from your heart and you speak the truth resonates with people. The truth doesn't need to be sold to anybody. It resonates within every single human. And that is what people heard when I spoke. And that is what touched the lives and the hearts of other people. We need not educated people, right? Because it's the people in suits. And ironically, I like to wear suits, but it's the people in suits with high education that tend to get into these positions of power, into these positions of government. But those people are disconnected because they don't understand the struggles of the common man. They don't understand what it feels like to not have enough money to feed your family, to not have enough money to pay your rent. They don't understand what it's like to sleep in a moldy house because there's no other option. While your family member is sick, but there's mold all over your house. These are the conditions that Irish people are living in. Many Irish families are living in. They don't understand the difficulties of working extra hours and overtime to only get taxed even more than what you've earned. You've put in a lot of time and you're coming out with very little. They don't understand the struggles of going hungry or not having enough to buy your children gifts, to buy them Christmas presents, to celebrate their birthday, or to get them the new runners that they require. They don't understand the difficulties of not having enough resources and waking up in a neighborhood that all you see is hopelessness, all you see is poverty, all you see is communities infected with drugs. They're not living with the struggles that we're facing, where your family members having a mental breakdown and you're calling every organization that you know, every free resource that is available to try get them looked after, and they're telling you, well, we have to put them on a waiting list, come back later. These people don't understand this, so it's very easy for them to make decisions that impact your lives negatively, that impact the lives of the Irish citizens negatively, because for them, you're just another number. They've never experienced what you've experienced. They don't feel what you feel, and it's hard for them to relate. This is the issue, and these are the many, I would call sheep in wolves, the wolves in sheep's clothing that are coming out with many of these political parties now. People are creating their own independent, running as independent, asking for your votes, saying and promising they're going to change this, that, and the other. They're not going to. And there's very few political parties out there which have a genuine message. And that is one of the key reasons why I was hesitant and reluctant on getting involved in politics, because my thing is, can you make a change? Are we able to make a positive change in the lives of Irish citizens? Are we able to make a positive change in the country for the betterment of everybody? Whether it's the existing people in the country or anybody that's coming into the country, can we make a change to make sure that there's adequate resources for everybody as a whole? But that is a message, and that's a goal that not many political parties have within them, from what I've discovered in the little time that I've done my research and the experiences and the conversations that I've had with certain people. The Irish people deserve better. This country deserves better, right? And being Irish is not just because you're born in Ireland. It's way more than that. It's values, it's culture, it's ethics. It's a certain way of life that makes one Irish, whether you're born here or you're not born here. And I think that is something that's beautiful, that needs to be protected. But unfortunately, by the looks of it, the way the media is spreading misinformation, the way many people are spreading misinformation for their own betterment and to make a name for themselves. Many people have made a name for themselves on the back of the tragedy that is going on. And many people have also advised me on how I could make a name for myself, but I'm trying my best to steer away from that, right? Because when I speak, I like to speak from a place that it comes from my heart and things that I personally value and I believe in, not just things that people are going to gravitate towards or tailor messages specifically for people. No, that's not my aim. To tell the truth is the risk to be offensive. And some people have felt offended by my messages and other people have felt supported. To do the right thing, you must risk offending people, and you must risk people going against you, right? Because the right thing isn't always taken on by everybody. The right thing, unfortunately, isn't always promoted in the world that we've lived in for a long, long time. But we must do right, and I must call out the things that, I wouldn't say call out, but I must instruct and use a platform that I may have to the best of my ability to share my truth and my beliefs. And my truth and my belief is that this country doesn't need more politicians. This country needs people that have a genuine care for the country. This country needs people that are looking towards creating a better future